It's Apostadamus, and I'm back like I never left for Ep 4 of 2K Modding Weekly. Last week, we had a paltry 3 mods and I was kinda out of it. This week, we're bursting at the seams with mods to the point where there's gonna be 2 episodes of the show in 1 week. We're gonna jump right into it with an array of mods by PH Guy. This guy has been out of the world this week, putting out a prolific amount of mods. This guy's like the Tupac of WWE 2K modding. He's putting out so much material in such a short amount of time, and quality material at that. First, he brings us an update to Dolph Ziggler, with subtle fixes to his hair and his beard, and an updated attire.
From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 205 pounds.
Up next is Tyson Kid. It's kind of a bittersweet week this week to get an amazingly detailed update to Tyson Kid, only to have him suffer a severe spinal injury in a dark match this week that'll put him out of action for a full year. Great mod, PH Guy, and you know, Tyson Kid's a great wrestler, and it's really sucks to see him go down like that. Next, PH Guy decided to make moves, making $1 million moves. Fixing not just Daddy of the Year, Titus O'Neil, but also, more impressively, fixing Darren Young's outdated hair, bringing it up to what it looks like nowadays.
From Miami, Florida, weighing 239 pounds, Darren Young.
I've been looking forward to this one.
Before Rusev went down with his broken ankle, he had switched back to his Bulgarian brute attire coloration. So while you might not get to see Rusev crush for a while on your WWE programming, now you could play as an accurate Bulgarian brute in the video game. One of the most annoying things in the game was how outdated Kane's model was. Well, PH Guy has set to fixing that by revamping Kane's 2011 model, adding a subtle amount of hair, the ridiculous hairstyle that Kane's wearing now, to bring him up to date to be corporate libertarian Kane that we see on TV nowadays, boring us to sleep. And that brings us to a man who's been featured prominently on this show in every single episode, Bannockburn, who hits us up with a silver fox, Kevin Nash. So if you want to relive his run-in, well, can you really call something that slow and lumbering a run-in? I digress. If you want to relive Kevin Nash's run-in from this WrestleMania 31, now you can, with Bannockburn's Silver Fox Kevin Nash. Too sweet. It's me, it's DDP. Self high five, bang. Bannockburn brings us a WCW update of the pretty horrendous looking in-game DDP DLC. Now DDP, the master of the diamond cutter, looks as he should have from the jump, thanks to Bannockburn's fantastic retooling of the man who WWE dropped the ball on worse than any other WCW superstar. And lastly, I think the last slot from now on in my shows is going to be saved for utilities and tools that enhance the game. And this week's tool, this week's utility, is Rockin' Shawn's Titantron Replacer, which simplifies the process of replacing the Bink2 Titantron files by showing you the corresponding names tied to the files, and makes it a lot more straightforward. I highly recommend this to anybody who's maybe downloaded a pre-made Titantron pack, but doesn't really like the way certain Trons have replaced other Trons. You know, this way you can replace according to superstar name, rather than by entrance 00034, whatever the hell that's supposed to be. You know? So this really simplifies and makes it much easier, makes it easier to keep track of the Titantrons you have. Really clears up, because if your Tron folder is anything like mine is a frickin' mess. And this has helped greatly in clearing up that mess. That's it for this week's episode. I'll be back later this week with episode 5. And if you haven't already, hit up Community Creations and download my new creates. I got Zack Ryder up there now. I got Shitty Little Boots, Roderick Strong, hitting anytime. And right now, I'm working on an NXT Rhino. So be on the lookout for all my creations. As usual, have a good week. Like and subscribe.